Every night, as the clock ticked past midnight, a shadow would drift across my bedroom wall, just beyond the reach of the streetlight filtering through my blinds. I always dismissed it as a trick of the light or perhaps the silhouette of a swaying tree. But deep down, I felt a sinister presence, like the chill that crawls up your spine when you know you're not alone. Little did I know, this shadow was biding its time, waiting for the perfect moment to step forward from the darkness. It was only when my younger brother, Charlie, came to stay with me for a weekend that the shadow began to change. He had barely unpacked his bag when he turned to me, his face pale and eyes wide. "There's something wrong with your room," he whispered, glancing nervously at the walls. That night, as the shadow appeared again, it seemed to elongate, taking on a vaguely human form. I lay frozen in bed, my heart pounding as I watched it shift and stretch across the ceiling, its presence more palpable than ever before. Charlie and I decided to set up a camera to capture what was happening. We spent the next day reviewing the footage, our stomachs churning as we watched the shadow morph into a clearly defined figure. It stood at the foot of my bed, motionless but menacing, its eyes glinting with a malevolence that sent shivers down my spine. This was no mere figment of my imagination, it had substance, intent, and a terrifying patience. On the final night of Charlie's stay, the shadow crossed the line it had never dared to breach. As the clock struck 12, it stepped forward, emerging from the wall with an eerie grace. It loomed over me, its features sharp and twisted, as if it had been waiting for this very moment. I bolted upright, grabbing Charlie's arm, and together, we fled the room, leaving the shadow behind. We never returned, choosing instead to leave that apartment and its sinister occupant to the darkness it called home. But sometimes, in the dead of night, I still feel its eyes on me, waiting for the right moment to step forward once more.